When did you find out that we'd be playing your old club, Manchester United?
Yeah, yesterday evening. I didn't really, to be fair, realise that the draw was yesterday. I knew it was in the beginning of December, but Stevie sent me a text message with the draw. And at first, because he was talking about the game, interesting game, he said, I thought he was talking about the game on Saturday. And of course I said, yeah, it's a very difficult one, but it's going to be a good one for us as well. And then, no, that's not the one I mean, he said, and he was talking about the draw. And then, then you read that it's United. It's a very interesting game, especially to play over there. I've been there before, of course, after when I stopped playing over there in a different matter. But now to play with Reading in the FA Cup at Old Trafford, I think in front of the 80,000 fans that they have, every home game is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, special occasion, I'm sure. I probably one you didn't expect to have, so early in your managerial career.
No, of course there's a lot of teams still in the FA Cup, in the draw, so you don't expect United, to come out and you need to play them, especially at Old Trafford. But it's always nice, and you want to play against the biggest teams because a lot of players, they want to play in the Premier League, they want to show themselves to the world, to the other teams, in comparison as well, in what they can do. Well, now they've got their chance, and it's interesting in how they play, who they're going to be playing, of course, as well, because you never know if they're going to be playing the first 11. But still, the whole squad that they have, a lot of quality players, very good side, great manager. So it's going to be very interesting to play at Old Trafford and to see what we can do.
Yeah, and it's a really intriguing draw for the players, our supporters, but in particular for yourself because of your history there and what you achieved at Old Trafford. And I'm sure you get a bit of a hero's welcome every time you go back.
Yeah, it's always nice, and from what I've heard as well, they still sing my song over there, so that's a good sign as well. But I've had a great time. I still love the club over there, the people, the fans, and it's always nice to be back. It's like you've never been away because a lot of people are still working over there, since when I played over there as well. So it gives you a great feeling to be back, and as a manager to be back and managing your team over there. Hopefully you can do well, of course, and it's going to be difficult, but we always have a small chance to do well. We're going to try to do it. It's going to be an interesting game. I think for everybody, nice games to see and to play.
Of course, it'll be your first involvement in the FA Cup as a manager. Yeah, obviously that great success in particular in 1999 as a player with Man United. What are your kind of memories of that cup run in particular?
Well, there's a lot of memories, of course, in that cup because it's a very big tournament in the UK. It's a very big prize to win. Everybody wants to win it. Everybody wants to do well. If you have a draw, then you need to play another game. Of course, that doesn't make it easier, and especially if you already have been playing a lot of games within the season. But it's great to play in this competition, and you can see in cup football everything can happen. So that makes it interesting as well. There's always a different atmosphere. At United over there, there's always it's always a sellout. The stadium is always a lot of fans over there. That gives you a boost as well, I think, as a player to play over there as well. So it's going to be something to look forward to.
Yeah, and as you mentioned already, the FA Cup always throws up upsets, and you've always got a chance if you're on the pitch with that opposition. So that's what we're going to be aiming to do.
Well, and the thing is, we've got, to be fair, to be honest, we've got nothing to lose. So, and everybody needs to realise that as well. And then it doesn't mean that if you go on to play this game, okay, you're going to be enjoying yourself and let them score a couple of goals. No, but in a way, you need to know, okay, you play against a very good side. You give it your best shot. You're going to work very hard for it to get results. If you lose, okay, you lose, but you're going to try and get a result over there as well. And then if you go with that feeling into that game, and enjoy it as well if it's possible, and you need to enjoy it, I think, especially if you play it over there as well. And don't think about all the pressure that people, if people talking about this game or being under pressure because you need to play in front of 80,000 fans. I think you need to enjoy it, give it your best shot, and work hard for it.
And lastly, of course, for all this talk about Man United FA Cup, there's still 6 games in the Championship to look forward to in the meantime, which I'm sure you'll be focused on.
So this is the last interview that I'm going to be talking about that. To be fair, we're not going to be talking about United anymore. I know it's interesting for a lot of people, but for us, like you're saying, we need to play a lot of games before that in the league. We want to do well in the league. We want to get results in the league. So our main focus is on the games in the league and not on United in over a month.
We'll wish you the best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.